welcome to Kickin It With Kenny. I'm Kenny Timms, and this is our first episode of Kickin It With Kenny. This is a video magazine that I will be highlighting my performances, my piano instruction, and just some humorous things that happen throughout the week. I've had so many people ask me exactly what do you do? Well, one of the purposes of this web series is to kind of show you, come into your home and show you what I do on a weekly basis. What I will be doing on this webcast is giving you updates of my performances. I will give you like a mini piano lesson for some of you that want piano lessons, and I'll talk to you about my piano students, feature some of my piano students. We'll be doing interviews, and then maybe some humorous stories that happen throughout my week. I've had people often ask me what my greatest influence in music was and is. First of all, I was raised in a Pentecostal home, and one of the great things I got from that is a lot of music, a lot of rhythm, partially because that was about the only thing we could do for fun, and that's not an all bad thing. But probably my primary influence comes from gospel. I was influenced greatly by Andre Crouch, to you that know him. I was a student of Laney Wolfe at Gateway College of Evangelism. Walter Hawkins, and of course for all of you out there that follow me on Facebook, and we've been friends for years, you know we were all influenced by those singing Rambos. Secularly, I know this will be a surprise to you, but I was influenced by Liberace, Roger Williams, the pianist, Floyd Kramer, and more recently Billy Joel, and the jazz pianist Bill Evans. Part of the reason for that is I was raised in a pastor's home, and we weren't allowed to listen to music that wasn't Christian music. But we could listen to music that wasn't Christian as long as it didn't have any words. So I deducted from that I Left My Heart in San Francisco was okay as long as I didn't know where I left it. So we could listen to that kind of music. So that's why I would listen to Liberace and Floyd Kramer and music that did not have any words to it. My personal influence, probably my greatest personal influence, was my mother. In 2009, I released an autobiography that I had written about her called Lona's Son, and how she influenced my life. She was a tremendous woman, well beyond her times, and I think probably the only person that really looked inside of me as a small child and knew who I was and what my potential was. Unfortunately, she was taken when I was only 15, but she invested many, many years of instilling her ideals, her hopes, her dreams, and her confidence in me, which has certainly made me what I am today. However, she had a little bit of a dark side. She, like I said, we were raised Pentecostal. She used to like to have rapture drills in our house. Excuse me a minute. Now, for you that are not familiar with Pentecostalism, Pentecostals believe that there's going to come a time, unknown at some point, that trumpet's going to sound in the heavens, and everybody that's saved is going to be taken away in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, and the rest of us are going to be left behind. And that was very much a part of my culture of bringing up. And of course, in my church, we pretty much felt like that it was only our church that was going to heaven anyway. So everybody else was going to get left behind. So Mother would do these rapture drills. They weren't often, maybe once or twice a year, just enough to scare us. And usually after a good hellfire message that my dad had preached. And what she would do is hide from us, basically, when we came home from school. And then we would think the rapture had taken place and we were left. So at one particular occasion, me and my little brother Tim came in the door, and we were obviously calling for Mother, because my mother was a stay-at-home mom, as most mothers were back in the 50s. And we went through the house crying and looking for her and shouting her name, Mom, Mother, Mother, Mother. Went to the closets, under the beds, in the bathroom, in the bathtub behind the shower curtain. Finally went downstairs where she had an upholstery shop, went through all the bolts and material, and finally came back up to the living room. And we're totally convinced at this point that what had happened was indeed the rapture had taken place, because we could not find her anywhere. We went outside, went to the side of the house, out to the alley. Mother was not to be found. The car was in the driveway. Just the typical scene that would happen if the rapture took place. And she was gone. My brother was pretty cool. I know you'll be surprised to know that I was a bit dramatic over the whole thing, and very much trauma and turmoil. So I started crying and asking God to forgive me, and what was I going to do, because I was left here without my mother, and I needed my mother. And all of a sudden, out of the drapes of the living room, my mother popped out. She had rolled herself up in the drapes and began to proceed to tell us that that was a rapture drill. And thank God it wasn't true, but had it been true, then we would be left behind forever to be with the Catholics. And our town was more of a Protestant town anyway, so we didn't really know that much about Catholics. I had some friends down the block that we played with that were Catholics, but we didn't really ask a lot about it because we're kind of scared of the Catholics. So I went up to my room and started contemplating about being left behind and being a Catholic, and I came back down in about 30 minutes and told Mother that I'd been weighing it out, and the options wasn't all that bad, really, because we couldn't do anything. But the Catholics could go to the movies. They had televisions. They could go mixed swimming at the public swimming pool. They could go to the beach and actually wear swim trunks and not long sleeves pants and long sleeve shirts like we did. They could go to the ball games. They could go to the skating rink. They could go to the bowling alley. They went to the county fairs. They went to the state fair. They went to the amusement parks. They listened to rock and roll. They listened to Elvis Presley. And so I'm just thinking, well, that's really not that really bad of an idea. So she explained to me that the problem with that is that was all temporary, that after they went to heaven, they would be there forever, but we would be here with the Catholics for 7 years of tribulation, and then we would all have to go to hell. But I still waited out and decided that 7 years of utmost pleasure for 7 years, which I'd never had in my entire life, certainly seemed like a better option than the life that I was living right then. So I made my decision at that point to maybe not be Pentecostal anymore, but maybe convert to Catholicism. So of course that was not allowed since I was only 10 years old, but as a result of that, my mother firmly decided no more rapture drills. So that was my influence of my mother in my life. I want to thank D'Antonio's Signature Day Spa and Ink for sponsoring this segment of Kickin' It With Kenny. D'Antonio's is located in Chandler, Arizona. It is a signature day spa featuring hairstyles, barbers, nails, skin care, massage, and even tats. Very upscale, very nice, very reasonably priced. You'll see the website there. Check them out and tell them thank you for sponsoring Kickin' It With Kenny. There are several opportunities to see me perform. On April the 18th, I will be doing a Las Vegas tribute with a fabulous vocalist named Danny Lee. This will be located and performed at Chances on 6th at 7570 East 6th Avenue in Scottsdale. We will be there from 8 to midnight. This is a Las Vegas tribute, high energy dance music, as well as some jazz, and even a little bit of blues thrown in. We'll have our band there. The dancers will be there. There will be backup singers. It's a tremendous Las Vegas style show. But I will tell you that you need to get your reservations in to see that, because these reservations have filled up very quickly. On May the 18th, we'll be presenting a music fest. I'll be there with my singers, all four of them, Lila Sherman, Michael Adair, Anthony Keys, and Anita Jordan, along with our band. This is going to be a fun evening of just a variety of music, all the way from gospel to inspirational to jazz to blues to R&B. A fun hour-filled time of music on May the 18th. This is from 6 till 7 p.m. Bill Soroka with the Alternative Poker Tour for sponsoring this segment of Kickin' It With Kenny. This tour is 31 tournaments weekly, and you can cash in on $3,000 a month playing free poker. As a matter of fact, maybe I need to play poker instead of play the piano. But thank you, Bill, for sponsoring us today. My student of the week this week is who I call Miss Haley. Haley has been taking piano from me for about 2.5 years. I honored her this week because she's dedicated, she practices, she's studious, she's disciplined, and plays very, very well, and I'm very proud of her. Also, the fact that she also has iced water waiting on the piano for me when I get there, and sometimes Girl Scout cookie treats. That certainly does help in getting honored as Student of the Week, just for your information, the rest of you students. I have about 24 students, and I'm always enrolling students. I love to teach. Teaching is my passion. If you live in the Phoenix area and are interested in taking You can get a hold of me through this website, and we'll talk about giving piano lessons. Just so you will know, you that do not live in the Phoenix area, I'm working diligently on getting an online class started very quickly. I just have not had the time to get it established yet. I guarantee you very soon there will be online lessons that will be available to you, and I'll give you more information about that as the time approaches. But today, I've had several requests to show you something on the piano during this webcast. So even if you don't know anything about the piano, you're going to know something about the time we're through today. You notice that the piano is divided up into white keys and black keys. All the white keys have a name. None of the black keys have a name. There's 2 black keys and 3 black keys in groups. The white key to the left of the 2 black keys is always C. The white key to the left of the 3 black keys is always F. That's important because today that's what we're going to talk about. And it just repeats. C, D, E, F, G, A, B. And it starts back again with C. So we're going to start, I'm going to show you a little boogie-woogie pattern today that you'll have fun with. This is for your left hand primarily, but you can do it with either hand because I'm just going to show you one hand today. But you start, if you start with C and you let C be 1, it's intervals. So if C is 1, you skip 1 and that's 3. And you skip another one and that's 5. You go to the next one and that's 6. And you go to the next one, which is a black key, and that's 7. And then you just go back down again. 6, 5, 3. Do it again. 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 7, 6, 5, 3. Then when you go to F, you do the very same thing, but it's the same pattern. 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, 3. 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, 3. Then go back to the C. 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, 3. Now we're going to go to the G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's G. C, D, E, F, G. And we're going to go like this. 1, 3, 5, 3. Then go back to the F. 1, 3, 5, 3. Then go back to the C. 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, 3. It's going to sound like this if you put the right hand with. Something like that. So that maybe next week I'll show you how to do the right hand. This week you can rewind it and take it as slow as you want. And now you can say that you are a working pianist. I want to thank August Lebrecq with 360-degree Productions for sponsoring this segment of Kickin' It with Kenny. August is a great photographer, videographer, and can supply all of the needs that you would have from a small episode like this or even to large events, concerts, anything that you may have. He is a genius at what he does. And he's a nice person too. As a matter of fact, he's standing right in front of me right now, and he's what's making this program look good. Thank you, August. I want to take this opportunity to introduce you to my little companion. This is Cody. A lot of people know Cody. He is about 4 years old, he is 4 years old. He just turned 4 years old. I got Cody when he was 7 weeks old. He weighed exactly a ½ pound. Barely fit in the palm of my hand. Now he's just gained this tremendous amount of weight, and recently he weighed 3.5 pounds. At another episode, when I have more time, I will tell you how Cody got his name. But let's just suffice it to say it's because he is so codependent. Remember this week that laughter is the best medicine. So laugh, laugh, laugh. And you know what? You might as well laugh at yourself, because I do a lot around here. And if you don't laugh at yourself, then you're by yourself, because just remember that other people are certainly laughing at you and sometimes with you. So be sure and laugh at yourself and enjoy. Spend this whole week just smiling. You'll be surprised how contagious a smile is. Since I'm from the South, we smile a lot at strangers. I find it very unusual in large cities when people are wary when you smile at them when they don't know who you are. But just smile. A smile goes a long ways. This segment is sponsored, and I want to thank my good friend Vlad with VG Photography. Vlad photographed all of the photographs on my new website called KickinItWithKennyAZ.com. You can go there and get episodes of this and look at archives as the series continues. Vlad is excellent with any kind of photography, but especially good at outdoor photography. So thank you, Vlad, very much. And if you're interested in sponsoring a segment, you can go to my website again, KickinItWithKennyAZ.com, and find out all about sponsoring. I need your help. Love to have your help. If not, I totally understand. Enjoy the program anyway. And thank you for viewing this with us. Cody, did he have his ears up or down?